morning all. I'm happy to hear that there are people here who hold the passbook still. Like has been said, I'll be willing to discuss with you further how to translate that passbook into a debit card. As most of you would know, Post Bank is one of the oldest financial institutions in this country. And indeed, creating a savings bank in 1910 was an innovation by itself. 1910, there was no other bank in Kenya. There was only one branch of a bank that operated from Zanzibar, called the National Bank of India. And therefore, for the then government to think about introducing a savings bank, it was innovative. It is the bank that indeed facilitated opening of accounts by Africans, Kenyans of African origin. Our vision as a savings bank now is to be the bank of choice. We were the bank of choice for Kenyans in 1910, and we want to continue being the bank of choice for Kenyans. And I'm glad to hear that the majority of you indeed had chosen Post Bank to be your bank of choice. Our mission is to provide accessible and sustainable banking and financial services through innovative delivery systems. We do realize that unless we are innovative as an organization, indeed we cannot continue being in business. So within our mission, we've already recognized the need for being innovative. And of course, being the bank of choice that we want to be requires that also all of us recognize what our role is in delivering that innovative service that we do give to Kenyans. We also value-guided organization that values integrity. We take our customers as the first reason for being in business, and therefore we provide them with quality service. We try to exceed the expectation, and we uphold teamwork. Teamwork is important if you want to be an innovative organization, because without teamwork, things will not gel. And therefore, we try to do all the things as a team together. When we're talking about innovation, for us, it's an issue of doing things differently. That's how we would define innovation. It is also an issue of creating change and renewing ourselves. And this is what I'm going to talk about this afternoon or this evening, about what Post Bank has done in the last couple of years to renew itself, to make itself relevant to the changing environment, and indeed to meet the needs of its customers. The situation before, and most of you are aware, is that, okay, we had 1 million customers, and right now we are close to 2 million, we are 1.89 million customers. This is before the changes that I'm going to talk about. We had 86 branches, and all of them were operating on semi-automated services. We had a plastic photo card, but majority of our clients were using the passbook. The yellow, somebody talked about the yellow book, the famous yellow book for the boom, and we are using it for. We had 200 agent locations, and perhaps to take us back a little, when the bank was started in 1910, by law it uses, or even that time it used, the services of the Postal Corporation on agency basis. So it did not have branches, but was already using another organization as its agent to deliver services. And by that time, before these changes, we are using 200 post office locations, and everything was manual, and we had 8 savings and payment services. When we talked about the changes, we're talking about technology and adoption of technology. And we focused on the needs of our customers, and also identification of a service and quality of that service. We introduced more savings products. Currently, we have 25 savings and remittance services. And I'm going to talk briefly about how we came about this. Because as the needs of our customers changed, we also changed with those needs. We introduced new products. And going back to 1931, Post Bank introduced the home safes. That was another innovation in those days, because People were going to the bank, taking their money. But we came up with an innovative way of saving at home, taking the money to the bank when you need to go to the bank. And that increased the savings. And indeed, that is the current piggy bank that we have for children and for ourselves. So it started way back 1931 with Post Bank. Then 1978, when we are incorporated in the current status that we are, as a Kenya Post Office Savings Bank through an act of parliament, we introduced the premium boards. Premium boards, and I am sure some of the ones in the older generation are aware of those, were instruments, government instruments, which before were in big denominations, but we brought them in smaller denomination to attract the smaller saver. So that was another innovation. Come 1995, through an alliance with an international company, we brought the first remittance service in Kenya. Before 1995, there was no cash-to-cash remittances in Kenya, but Post Bank partnered with the Western Union, and we brought in remittances. So that was another innovative service that was introduced, and this is because as a savings bank, we do not lend. And because we do not lend, we need to think more innovatively on what can bring revenues to the organization. So we partnered with Western Union, entered into a good relationship that restricted also other people coming to the scene, but we were to appoint other banks and other financial institutions as our agent. And we did that for several years, for about 10 years, when we opened for other organizations to become agents of Western Union directly. And currently many banks are doing that. So we're talking about innovation and entering into alliances. If you do not have everything, and I don't think there is an institution that has it all, you enter into alliances and partnerships that are value-adding to what you offer. And that is one of the things that we have chosen to do. Then in 2006, we decided that the country was changing, the customer needs were changing, and it was time to change with the needs of our customers. And we moved away from the passbook and entered and brought in a debit card. A debit card that facilitated you to use our branches and the ATMs that we had already installed, but you also realized we don't have deep pockets, and we entered into partnerships with other ATM networks that were already existing. So we entered into networks with Kenswitch and PesaPoint. And we are among the first banks to, again, be able to enter into partnership with 2 ATM service providers by that time. There we are showing the services that we offer, including the Western Union, the MoneyGram, and also the Postbank Cash Express and Postbank Pata Cash, that is the mobile banking that has also come into being. Our changes have been leveraging on technology and information systems, and one of the other things, of course, is communication and making and ensuring communication is faster. We had to do a lot of process engineering and giving capacity to our staff, and a lot of capacity building and changing of our culture. As in capacity building, we also have induction programs where we train all the new staff that are coming on board, including the board itself. And in 2008, we introduced another innovation in the Kenyan banking sector, paperless banking. We all go to the bank and fill many forms when we want to transact, but we realized that it's time to move on to another area of paperless banking. We introduced the point-of-sale terminals at the teller stations. We had by that time over 90 branches, but we realized that we are using a lot of paper. And you can remember, for those who had the passport, it was all paper-based. So we introduced paperless banking. In 2008, you just come and swap your debit card like what you do in an ATM. And that happens at the teller station within the banking hall. For that, we won the Paperless Banking Award in Kenya from ICT Computer Society. as the pioneer of paperless banking in Kenya. Currently, many banks are now doing this. We also got nominated for an award on innovation by the Africa Banker Awards 2011. We are among 5 countries in Africa who are nominated for those awards. We also now are online in all the branches, and we are also in branchless banking because we are agent for other banks. We started with the 658 ATMs. Currently, there are 1,370 ATMs that our customers can use because of the partnerships. At the moment, we have the 36 of those are ours. We also have our own switch, which we can produce cards for others. So the migration was literally from the passbook, what we had before, into the debit cards that we are showing there. Why did we need to reinvest ourselves? It's mainly because we are having a lot of challenges in the banking sector. The banking industry is changing, and with those changes and technological change, organizations need to change with times. For us, we decided to go to the paperless banking model, and that required a lot of capacity building within the organization, and more so with our clients, because you're putting a mama from the village or an old person to use now the ATM card or the debit card. And we had to do a lot of education so that they can adapt to the new technology. When we are doing this, we won a grant from Melinda Gates Foundation and the World Savings Bank Institute that helped us in rolling out another innovation of agencies, or rather automating the agents that we already have into working with the new service. And currently we have another 551 agents all over the villages where you just walk into a shopkeeper and you're able to transact. We won also an international consultant to help another country in Africa to innovate and automate their services. And those are some of the awards we have won over the current, the recent period. Some are local, others international. Some of these change initiatives, of course, we're also talking about outsourcing. You know, we're coming from a state corporation where you know how the situation is, but we decided we are going to outsource a lot of our services that are not core to our business. And that, of course, brought in a lot of changes. And also we have open door policy. For the private sector, this is the normal thing. But for public sector, at the time we were doing in 2008, 2007, and 2009, was more of an innovation. And we also improved on leadership and performance contracting using the balance scorecard. We are one of the state corporations to have used the balance scorecard for managing performance, and also for rewarding staff against their performance. We have also introduced ideas management. It's similar perhaps to what I had my colleagues say earlier on. We have a scheme where we ask staff to continuously give ideas. And if the idea is taken for development to the next stage, you get rewarded. And this is countrywide, because we have 100 branches now, and also involves all staff at every level. This is in recognition that ideas come from everybody. And indeed, so far we have received ideas from all levels that we have taken them to the next level to develop products, to develop or even the names of the product that we have come up with, and this is helping us go to the next level. We also recognize there's a difference between creativity and innovation. For us, creativity is thinking new things. Innovation is doing new things. And therefore, we need the two to be able to move the organization to the next level. And the rationale of all these changes, like I said, is the changes in the industry. Our reputation before the changes was at risk. And every organization has a risk, a reputation risk, if you are not innovative and you are not evolving with time. And therefore, we had to change our strategy and our paradigm in what we are doing. And also, our organization had to change. A mindset, a new mindset had to come in. And the outcomes definitely are an improved organization with new profit lines and indeed showing that we are able to move to the next level.